Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have one of, if not the best running back in all the FCS. His name is Geno Hess. He's a running back out of Southeast Missouri State, SEMO. Nice to meet you, buddy.
Thanks for having me, and nice to meet you too.
Yeah, so if people don't know about you and SEMO and what you guys have done, these past couple seasons, they're sleeping. Let's just be real. You've put together a very solid career so far, bro. You have over 4,000 yards rushing right now, which is a phenomenal number. And you're expecting to add a whole bunch more on that this upcoming season. So, Gino, tell us where it all started, man. Tell me where you're from, and we'll walk through your story a bit.
It all started back in Peoria, Illinois. That's where I'm from. It's about 4 hours where I go to school at, and that's what it all started. Played for Manual JFL, so that's where all my roots started at. It's crazy. My mom is my first football coach ever,
That's
so
fun.
yeah. So it's just been a fun ride so far.
So, I hate to talk about this because this isn't one of my questions, but with your mom as your coach, I mean, what'd you learn from mom?
Being 5, 6 years old, playing flag football, I just learned that everybody has to get the ball. As mom being a coach, you just want the ball as much as you can. It just taught me how to have fun.
Gotcha, gotcha. So, Peoria, Illinois, uh, or Peoria, I'm sorry, Peoria, Illinois,
Yeah.
uh, Peoria High School is where you started, right? So, I was trying my best to look up some of your old stuff from high school, just to try and get a sense for you as an athlete. Um, did you do any other sports when you were growing up, other than football, or was it always football?
Now, I was introduced to just about every sport. Played football, basketball, track. At one point, I tried wrestling. So probably the only sport I never played is baseball. Like I did, I tried almost everything else.
Well, I mean, you're a good football player, so why try anything else, you know? But no, there in high school, did pretty well for yourself. I was just kind of looking back at like some of the other players there on that old high school. Had yourself a pretty good offensive lineman there, in Marquez Cox, I believe, who recently transferred to Kentucky. So I'm pretty sure he opened up a whole bunch of holes for you. But talk about your high school days, man. What do you remember most?
I remember a lot. I just remember just having fun with the boys that I grew up with. Most importantly, we've been playing together since we've been about 5, 6 years old. It's just we're playing with them, just having a good time. A lot of winning, a lot of celebrating, state championship. Just all having fun.
Cool. Well, state championships are always nice. So Gino, obviously from your high school, you said about 4 hours away from SEMO. So when you were being recruited, talk to me about that recruiting process for you coming out of high school, and if there were any other other options coming out.
Um, it was. I would say that was probably a hard time for me. Like having the success I had in high school and just not getting what I thought I deserved. But I'm also grateful. It's also a learning lesson. But SEMO was the only offer. I had a lot of teams talk to me, but this is the only place that gave me a chance.
Well, hey, it only takes one. So obviously the one school really reached out to you, has used you, I feel, to the max, man. They've made you into an all conference player there in the Ohio Valley Conference, and have also made you an All American, which is awesome. So um talk about SEMO just a little bit more, if you don't mind, for people that may not know about the university. For you, what makes it so special for you?
What makes it special to me at SEMO here is just everyone's a family. Like it's not like when I say that, probably think about the football team, but I feel like we had a lot of support not only from the football team, from our coaches, and also for my athletic department, they put their athletes first, and like they get what we need for the most part if it's possible, and they just do the little things that nobody sees or what people get credit for.
Cool. And what have you been able to accomplish there as a student? I mean, I know you've been there for a while. You redshirted, so you've been there for quite some time. Had the extra year. What have you been able to do as a student?
The most important thing is I got to graduate. I graduated last December, got my degree. I got to start grad school, so I feel like that's probably that trumps all my accomplishments I ever probably had here as a student and player. Just being able to walk the stage, shake our president's hand, just see how happy everybody was, my family, my teammates, and my coaches.
Well, certainly something that you can, you know, take to your mom, and she'd be so proud that her little boy ended up getting that, college degree. So, I mean, it's always nice to be able to walk away with that, and hopefully be able to use it once your football days are done. What do you see yourself doing once your football days are done? I mean, obviously, we don't know when that's going to be, 5, 10, 15 years down the road, but do you have any idea where that might lead you?
Hopefully, after a long, successful career after college, try out, do the league, take my shot. Hopefully, have a long, successful career there. But the thing is, just to be able to give back, go back home and just be able to help kids out and like just do things like little things to help the community, show them like it's a bigger picture for everybody and everybody should deserve a chance.
Cool. Well, I mean, nice to be able to give back to the community at any event. But Gino, let's talk a little bit more football there at SEMO. Obviously, a huge part of their offense. I feel like their offense has kind of changed a little bit over the course of time that you've been there. But how would you describe it these days, and how it's executed and what you guys are trying to accomplish out there?
I think the offense is very balanced, run pass. We got great guys out there on the outside, and we got me, Paxton in the backfield, got the guys up front. I feel like it's very balanced, and I feel like we put the in the best players' hands at any given moment, and at any given moment, anybody on the team can just put points on the board for us.
Yeah, I mean, big difference really in your guys' offense from 2021 to 2022, where in 2022, I feel like you guys did have that balanced attack, which really took you guys to the next level. And again, just made SEMO really what it's meant to be, man. It's meant to be a playoff team. Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are going to get there once again this upcoming season. When we're looking at you as a running back, I mean, obviously you're a running back. You're an NFL prospect this upcoming season with your last year of eligibility. How would you describe yourself as a running back? I mean, what do you feel separates you from the pack?
I just feel like a lot of people say this. I just do feel like I am different. I feel like I mold my game after like a lot of players, not just like I don't sit here and just watch one running back all day. I take time to watch not just NFL, college guys, even some guys I didn't play with before. I just try to take bits and pieces from everybody's game and add it to mine to make what I already have special to make it even more better.
Yeah, I mean, again, just kind of want to highlight a couple things for people. Just kind of looking up some of your stats from last year, man. I mean, it's certainly something to be proud of. Dude, almost 1,700 yards. I mean, that's awesome in and of itself as a running back. 21 touchdowns. Again, great season, man. I mean, but again, you got to the playoffs, but obviously didn't get to where you wanted to be. Um, Talk about this upcoming season, man. What's it going to take for you guys to, get even further in the playoffs this upcoming season?
Before we even can look towards the playoffs or even the regular season, we gotta get through just doing the little things right now, just preparing right now for what we want. We just gotta. It's just all starts right now, all mental, the focus. Just we know that we got the talent, we know that we got all this, but as of right now, it's just all potential, and we just gotta keep working.
Yeah, and you guys have a lot of great talent on that team, both on offense and defense. Let's go get ahead and give a couple of shout outs to some of them guys because I know that there's a lot of dogs out there, a lot of great athletes. Um, tell the viewers about some of them.
It's hard to just pick out a handful of players because I feel like every player deserves, every player deserves a shout out for the team. But you got guys like Lawrence Johnson who also been here just as long as me. Uh, Great football player, probably the best football player I played with, but more even, just a better person. He just his story and whatever. I'm not gonna tell his story. One day he can tell his story, but just the way his mindset is towards the game, the way he has adapted to the game is just I've never seen it before. You got Ryan out there. Receivers as a whole, it's not just Ryan. He gets a lot of love, but you got Ryan, Dalen McDonald, Demorie Vick, Dorian Anderson. The list just goes on. I feel like those guys push everybody. Like they set they make sure they're gonna hold you to the standard. They're gonna make sure that you're just not slacking. Those guys right there. Then up front, you got the guys up front. Led by Zach Gigg. You got Kobe Six Killer, Trushell. Those guys come back from last year and whatnot. Um, we got some new faces. I can't give out the new names yet. I just want it, but some of the players that return, we got some new faces coming in. But those guys right there, and then tight end, of course, can't forget them. Uh, Danny Joyner comes back from last year. We got a young guy who played last year for us, Braden. So I feel like we got a lot of pieces, a lot of weapons everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of veterans coming back. I mean, and again, just kind of building off of last season. I mean, if all the veterans come back, I mean, the expectations are obviously higher this upcoming season. I mean, but let's just turn back to you here for a little bit because I mean, Gino, you yourself have had an excellent career. I mean, we've talked about it over 4,000 yards rushing, All American twice over. Um, Bro, you had the opportunity to maybe even come out last season, but decided to come back for one more year. What went into that decision?
Mm, I can probably say that's probably the first real grown up decision I can say I made without mom and dad helping me. But I feel like it's the big things, just the holes in my game that I got to fill before it's just like a job resume. You want to put everything on your job resume as best you can. So just updating my resume and not a stat wise, but more like the things on the field that people really don't see that are stats. And then I feel like just one more run with my brothers. We we set out some about 5, 6 years ago. However that goes. But you set out to do something very special, and I feel like last year was just a taste of it. Like you just got a taste of it. I feel like now we know what it takes, and you know what we hit rock bottom. We've seen the highs and highs. We've seen the lows and lows, and just one more run with my brothers.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, obviously, that makes perfect sense. I mean, you guys got to the playoffs, fixing to go again. Scare some people in the playoffs, man. Let's scare some people in the playoffs. And think that hey, they this team here in SEMO, like they don't know what y'all can do. A lot of like I said, like a lot of veterans coming back, and we'll see how it all unfolds. So. Um, for you personally, Gino, what's been your maybe best moment so far? I mean, obviously there's one more season left to go, but as it stands currently today, like when you look at what you've accomplished so far, is there a moment that you feel is maybe one of your best out there so far, like a game or even a play that sticks out?
A moment. Um, uh, it's a lot. I like to say the next moment, but if I had to pick, it'd probably be last year when we won the OVC championship. And I say this one because this is like I'll say this is like the first championship I could say in college I won. And I was a leader, big part of the team. I could say like I helped lead the guys to the goal that we had set out for last year.
Yeah, I mean, and we'll see what happens this year, man. I mean, I know that you got close to that 1700 mark as a running back, which is phenomenal. We'll see if you can get even more so than that, and maybe chalk up a few more wins too. So that'll be nice as well. So um, Gino, do want to take a moment to step off the football field and meet the
Mhm.
guy under the helmet. So, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, maybe something nobody knows, your hobbies, your interests, if you got any special talents or anything that you want to share. So go for it.
The guy outside the him, I like to hang with my friends, the people I hang with, and just like really just chop it up for the most part. I just got into watching, start watching more sports podcasts and podcasts in general. But I like to watch YouTube all day if I can for the most part and just chill, you know, nothing too much.
Okay, okay. Kind of wanted to throw a couple little question answer to you, just some short, quick, fun things. So, um, obviously, Peoria, Illinois. I don't know why it takes me so long to understand like how that's pronounced because I'm not from there, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Peoria.
Peoria. Tell me about Peoria, dude. I mean, that hometown of yours. Like, if I were to come visit you there, where would we go?
Where would I would probably, would probably stop by Pure High, go through there, go through the school, see some of the people that I went through, probably work out at Peoria High. I'll probably take you to we get something to eat. My favorite place is JJ's Fish and Chicken. We go there, get some food. Probably go to my mom's house and just chill, let you meet moms, see how she is and whatnot, meet the family, and just probably just hang out for the most part. Nothing too much.
Oh, hey, I mean, that sounds nice. I mean, be able to just kind of meet, visit that town. Um, let's see, a couple other quick things here. Do you collect anything?
Mm, not anymore like I used to when I was young. When I was young, I try to collect, sneakers and whatnot. But I'm not big in this collecting no more. Not right now.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Uh, if there was a celebrity that you could meet, who would be that one celebrity that you would love to get an opportunity to meet?
Uh,
Whether a football player, movie star, or what?
can I do 1A, 1B?
That's fine.
1A would probably be LeBron James, and then probably 1B would be probably Meek Mill.
All
Those two
right.
people right there.
Sounds good. I know I've talked to a lot of people about Meek Mill. It's kind of like one of those guys that's a go-to there in the locker room that you hear a lot before games. Kind of get you psyched up. Listening to some of his stuff. Cool. Let's see. Favorite snack food?
Hot fries.
Hot fries, like the
Yeah.
bag of hot fries you're talking about.
Yeah, the bag of hot fries, Chester's hot fries. That's a
Cool,
go-to for me.
dude. I haven't had those in forever. All right. Let's see. You have a favorite movie?
Uh, yeah, my favorite movie is The Express. It's
That's
the Ernie
that's a
Dirk.
good movie. A lot of people don't even know much about that movie,
Yeah,
but
I don't
that's
think
pretty
they do, but that's probably my favorite movie. One of them definitely the Ernie Davis story and whatnot. And that the movie really is what made me kind of like, all right, I actually do like football a little bit more.
All right. Well, appreciate that. Anything else that you want to share about yourself? How about an instrument? Have you ever thought about like an instrument that maybe you would play, or do you play something now? Like, what would be that one thing that you'd love to be able to play?
Well, in middle school, I did play the trumpet, but then I grew up. If I could play an instrument, probably the piano, something like that.
You know, s
Something smooth. I don't got to carry it at all. I know where it is. Probably the
unless
piano.
it's a keyboard, you just carry it wherever you go, but it's not the same. Doesn't give you the same sound. So
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Gino, do want to wrap things up a little bit. It's been fun getting to know you. But again, the ultimate reason why we're sitting down is I feel like you're a legitimate prospect in this upcoming draft. I mean, you got one more season to prove it. And you're going to go out there and you're going to showcase your talent to all these scouts. I just want you to talk to all those guys now, tell them why they need to take a chance on you and maybe draft you, sign you, and bring you into their franchise. So go ahead and hit them with that.
Um, I feel like you guys should sign Geno Hess because he's proven. Um, he's a good kid on. He's a good young man on and off the field. He's a winner. He's fun to be around, and he's most important. He's a sponge. He's open to listen to everything. He wants to absorb everything. So eventually, he can release that to other people, younger players, and he's just somebody who I believe can help your franchise get to the next level, that next step that you guys want. Not just on the field and also in the community. That's what I think Geno Hess is.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you can be the bell cow. Let's just be real. I mean, you can be the bell cow that they could really put a lot of trust in you to carry them to victories. And I know also that you can be an all-around type back. I mean, you are a guy who can take some reception out of the backfield and really make a huge impact on a game. So, Gino, again, wish you all the best this upcoming season and beyond that as well. So thanks for the interview.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Geno Hess, running back, Southeast Missouri State, SEMO. Check him out this season.